Okay, so we're going to do our run up in here. Nice place to do a run up. So we're out of the way in case somebody comes in. 707, that's right about there. Right? So parking brake is set, and we're going to do our before takeoff and before takeoff check, and we're going to make sure our flight controls are free and correct, and they are. We look out and our ailerons are working properly, and our rudder and elevator is working properly, so that's good. Now the flight instruments, double check those. They're all set, and we're going to set our heading bug to 08. Everything looks good. We're going to throw on our transponder on altitude, and fuel selector is still on both, with the fuel cutoff in so the fuel's in the on position. Autopilot is disconnected, it's not working. We're going to put our throttle up to 1800 RPM. Right? And then we're going to put it on the left mag. We got an appropriate drop. We're going to put it on the right mag. And it has an appropriate drop. And checking our ammeter, and it seems to be working just fine. Pressure seems to be working just fine, and the vacuum seems to be working just fine. We're going to back off the throttle to the dead idle, and it seems to idle just fine. Flaps, doors and windows are closed and locked. Flaps are up in the right position, and we're going to doing a visual check. Can't see anybody yet. I know I got somebody coming in on final pretty soon, but I think they're about 5 miles out. So we're just about to take off. We're turning the lights on now. Landing light, taxi light off, transponder's on, timer's on, and away we go. Astoria traffic, Skyhawk 223 Echo Whiskey departing 08 for left-hand pattern Astoria.
Traffic Foxtrot Baltic Hotel Oscar 2 miles northeast of the airport, joining the left downwind runway 08 Astoria.
So we should have time to get out. It looks pretty clear up there. Ooh, that's buggered up. What's going on? Yeah, it looks clear.
Traffic Foxtrot Baltic Hotel Oscar joining left downwind runway 08 Astoria.
Okay, and airspeed's alive. We don't have a good engine because my mixture was too lean. We've got a good engine. I've rotated out at 55. I'm going to try to maintain 75. Light hand here. Astoria, 3 Echo Whiskey, left crosswind, 08, Astoria.
Astoria traffic, 833 Alpha Bravo, departing runway 08 for left traffic in Astoria.
Astoria, Foxtrot Golf Echo Delta, start turning left base runway 08 Astoria.
Back up the throttle to about 2100. My heading's a bit bad. Trim that out a little bit. And I can turn. Astoria traffic, 3 Echo Whiskey, left downwind, 08 Astoria.
Foxtrot Golf Echo Delta, start turning final runway 08 Astoria.
I don't understand what he's saying. It's just a bit too fast for me. I can't
Astoria
make it.
traffic, Golf Alpha 12, taxiing to runway 08 via Bravo and Alpha. Astoria traffic, please advise.
Astoria traffic, Skyhawk, 223 Echo Whiskey, left base for 08 Astoria.
Astoria traffic, 833 Alpha Bravo, left downwind 08 Astoria.
Astoria traffic, Golf Alpha 12, just confirm no one's on the final for runway 08.
Yeah, this is Astoria traffic, the 3 Echo Whiskey. I'm about to turn final for 08 Astoria.
Roger, I'll see you. We're just waiting at Alpha 3. We'll pull onto the runway once you finish your landing. Golf Alpha 12.
Golf Alpha 12, heard. 3 Echo Whiskey.
Astoria traffic, Foxtrot Golf Echo Delta, start turning left crosswind runway 08 Astoria.
Astoria traffic, 3 Echo Whiskey, final for 08, touch and go Astoria. Okay, so I've got the right glide path here. I'm a little bit fast.
Astoria traffic, 833 Alpha Bravo, left base 08 to Astoria.
Got somebody behind me, we got somebody waiting to fly. Busy day at Astoria.
Traffic Foxtrot Golf Echo Delta, start turning left downwind runway 08 Astoria.
I want to clear those trees. So, but I don't want to clear them by much. So right about here, trim it out a little bit more. Just hanging. Just hanging.
Astoria traffic, November, correction, Golf Alpha 1-2, pulling onto runway 2, the correction runway 08, Astoria traffic,
Flaps
please
up.
advise.
Astoria traffic, 3 Echo Whiskey, departing 08 pattern. Astoria.
Traffic Foxtrot Golf Echo Delta Oscar, turning left please, runway 08, Astoria.
So we'll see if we can get this turn.
Astoria traffic, Golf Alpha 1-2, departing runway 08 for traffic pattern. Golf Alpha 1-2, Astoria traffic.
Astoria traffic, 3 Echo Whiskey, left crosswind 08, Astoria.
Astoria traffic, game 20 from Bravo, final runway 08, Astoria.
We'll back it off to 2100 or about 2000.
Traffic Foxtrot
Trim it
Golf
out.
Echo Delta Oscar, orbiting on left base, runway 08, traffic side.
A little bit less. About 2000. Trim that out a little bit more. Astoria traffic, 3 Echo Whiskey, left downwind 08, Astoria.
Astoria traffic, Golf Alpha 1-2, left sun to crosswind, Astoria traffic.
Traffic Foxtrot Golf Echo Delta Oscar, turning final runway 08, Astoria.
Okay, I don't see anybody else up here. I gotta get ready to begin my descent.
Astoria traffic, November, correction, Golf Alpha 1-2, turning left onto crosswind, Astoria traffic. Disney in Astoria today, isn't it?
Looking that busy.
A little bit low there. Astoria, 3 Echo Whiskey, left base 08, Astoria. And I think I'm too low. Seems like I'm
Astoria
always too
traffic,
low.
Golf Alpha 1-2, extending our downwind.
Okay, just take a look, make sure nobody's coming in on a long final. Doesn't seem to be.
Astoria traffic, Golf Alpha 1-2, turning left onto base for Astoria traffic.
Oh man, that was way out. Astoria traffic, 3 Echo Whiskey, final 08, touch and go, Astoria. Another notch of flaps. That makes 2. Am I being bounced around by the wind? Or is it just my sloppy flying?
Astoria Foxtrot Golf Echo Delta Oscar, turning left crosswind, runway 08, Astoria.
Okay, I'm 75. I want to be 65 as I cross over the threshold. Or 60. No, the wind's not too bad here. It's a nice feel. trim set up pretty good. A little bit of back pressure.
Astoria traffic, Golf Alpha 12, turning left onto final Astoria traffic. Runway 08.
70 is a bit fast here, and that's why I float.
Astoria traffic to November 22 Echo Whiskey, please say intentions.
Astoria traffic, 3 Echo Whiskey, departing 08 for left-hand pattern, Astoria. Astoria traffic, 3 Echo Whiskey, left crosswind 08 in the pattern, Astoria.
Traffic Foxtrot Golf, Quebec Hotel, turning left base runway 08 Astoria.
Astoria traffic, Golf Alpha 12, departing the runway via for the left-hand traffic. Golf Alpha 12, Astoria traffic.
Astoria traffic, 3 Echo Whiskey, left downwind 08, touch and go, Astoria.
Astoria traffic, Golf Alpha 12, going to leave the pattern via the runway, ascending to 1,500 feet for 3,000 feet. Astoria traffic.
Traffic Foxtrot Golf, Quebec
Oh,
Hotel, turning
jeez.
final runway 08 Astoria.
I've got my altitude too low here. I think I'm just setting up that trim a little bit poorly. Oh, cut my throttle back a little bit to about 17, dumping 10% flaps.
Astoria
It is
traffic,
10
Golf Alpha 12,
10-degree flap.
departed the, correction, left the traffic pattern, climbing for 3,000 feet, heading east, 4 slow turns and power off stalls, Golf Alpha 12, Astoria traffic.
Okay, nobody in here. Astoria traffic, 3 Echo Whiskey, left base 08, touch and go, Astoria.
Traffic Foxtrot Golf, Quebec Hotel, going around runway 08 Astoria.
And once again, I'm low. You know, I think I can tighten this up. I think I can turn onto base sooner.
Traffic Foxtrot Golf, Quebec Hotel, turning left crossing runway 08 Astoria.
Astoria traffic, 3 Echo Whiskey, final 08, touch and go, Astoria. Another 10% flaps. And I'm just too fast. And I'm high. High and too
Foxtrot Golf,
fast.
Quebec Oscar on crossing runway 08, leaving the pattern, flying northwest of the airport at 3,500.
like this speed better as I'm coming in. And then when I flare, I'm going to cut it, and I'm going to flare. Watching down the very end of the runway. Okay, keeping it on the runway.
For traffic heading
Continuing to go.
060 for slow turns and stalls.
Flaps up.
Correction, steep turns and stalls.
Trim set to take off. And do my call. Astoria traffic, 3 Echo Whiskey, departing 08 in the pattern, Astoria. Okay, I'm watching that Lindbergh reference down in the lower left, trying to maintain 74. And getting ready to turn crosswind again. Astoria traffic, 3 Echo Whiskey, left crosswind, 08, Astoria. And there we are, we're just about at pattern altitude. Must be because it's nice pressure today. Bring it back down to 2,000, roughly, trim it out. And we're gonna watch our speed this time and watch our altitude. It seems like my speed was getting down. My speed was not too bad, but my altitude was dropping a bit low. So I'll just adjust my sight picture a little bit, or bring my magnetic compass up a little bit closer to the horizon. Increase my throttle just a touch. Check behind me and tip it into this bank. Astoria traffic, 3 Echo Whiskey, left downwind, 08 Astoria. Right about there. The altitude's a little bit better this time. We're going to turn final a little bit sooner this time. A little bit far out from the runway, but not too bad. So if I look at my...
Oscar 6 miles northwest of the airport at 3,500, practicing basic maneuvers, Astoria traffic.
I sure can't see those guys. Okay. So we're going to drop our throttle here. Drop our flaps 10%. Make sure that nose doesn't bounce up. Right? Okay, so we're going to turn a lot sooner. That's looking back on the 45. We check to the left. Got nobody coming in there. That's the 45 there. Astoria traffic, 3 Echo Whiskey, left base, 08, Astoria. Dump another 10% flaps. And our seatbelts are done up. Our landing gear's down. The mixture's full rich. And propeller's good. And we've got the right amount of gas. Oh, I'm a little bit slow. I'd like to have it about 70. Astoria traffic, 3 Echo Whiskey, final for 08, touch and go, Astoria. Okay, now we're high, but I didn't extend that downwind too far. And I'm descending at 500 feet per minute, 600 feet per minute, 800 feet per minute. I'm trying to catch up with that glide slope. I want to slow my speed down a lot. So my speed should slow down as I bring my nose, as I adjust my pitch a little bit here. Okay, bring my flaps up. Flaps up again. Trim set to takeoff. Astoria traffic, 3 Echo Whiskey, departing 08 Astoria. We rotate out at 55. We're really buffeting around here. And we've got a good VY speed. A little bit faster. Astoria traffic, 3 Echo Whiskey, left crosswind 08 Astoria. Just going to level this out. Back the throttle off to 22, 21. Trim that out again. Nobody joining up with the downwind. Astoria traffic, 3 Echo Whiskey, left downwind 08. And then what we're going to do is we're going to depart the area to the west.
Astoria traffic, Foxtrot located at Oscar 5 miles northwest of the airport, descending to the traffic pattern altitude, joining it at left base runway 08 Astoria traffic.
Astoria traffic, Skyhawk 223 Echo Whiskey, extending the downwind, leaving the area, Astoria. Pick it up 2500. Okay, we're just about out of the area now. About 4 miles. Leaving this out to 2,500. Or
Traffic Foxtrot Golf Echo Delta Oscar joining left base runway 08 Astoria traffic.
Astoria traffic, 3 Echo Whiskey, 5 miles west at 2,500. Clear the area. Final call, Astoria.
Traffic Foxtrot Golf Echo Delta Oscar turning final runway 08 Astoria traffic full stop.
Yeah, I'm starting to understand him a little bit now. Okay, so we're gonna adjust our speed and our direction. So we're going to turn to south, and we're going to increase the speed to 100 knots. And we're going to change the altitude to 3,500. So south 100 at 3,500. So we're going to increase the throttle. Go up to 180. Oh, should have cleared before we did that. Passed right through south. Smooth move, Pontiac. And there we are on south. South. And at 3,500, we're going to level out. right about there. That's about level. So we're gonna trim it out a little bit. Back our throttle off a little bit because we want it at 100. So I'm estimating that'll be 2200 RPM. Watch my heading a little bit. Am I? So my speed's good, my heading's good, and my altitude's not bad. Just in the trim, speeding it up a little bit. 22.5. Oh, we're at 95. I want to get up to 100. So 24. Just in that trim. Right about 100. Oh, my altitude's coming up. Adjust that trim. Oh, adjust my throttle a tiny bit. Right at 2300. Now I might have to decrease it back to 23.7 maybe. No, just shy of 23 on the RPM. Should be good. That's pretty good. Could adjust our mixture a little bit now. We seem to be descending just slightly. And we're climbing just slightly. Okay, so we're gonna turn to the east, and we're gonna drop down to 2500 again. So we're gonna go into a 30-degree bank turn, and we're gonna drop back down to 3500. Trying to maintain that 100 as we drop. So we adjust our pitch so we can keep it at 100. Oh, we passed east. We'll bring it back around, catch that heading. Bring the nose up so we can get our speed closer to 100. Up. We're going to level off. Oh, missed the heading again. Bring it. So we're going to bring the nose up, increase the throttle. Increase the throttle more. We're level. We want to increase that speed. We got a heading of east. Not a lot out there to identify it with. We're heading east. We're in level flight, 2500. When you increase the speed, Back up to almost 2300 again. The trim was set up before, so it's pretty much set up now. As the speed comes back up to 100, I think the trim should be pretty good. Okay. Wings are pretty level. We're heading to the east at 100. Altitude's a bit, we're climbing a little bit now. Okay, so we want to get it back down to 22,500. So I back off the throttle a little bit. Maintain level flight. Back off the throttle a little bit, adjust my pitch so I can maintain 100. There we are at 2,500. Bring it back up to level flight again. Bring it back up to 22. Get my speed back up to 100 again. Between 22 and 23, climbing again. Took the nose down. There we are at 100. And she's leveling off. It's good. Okay, so now we're going to do a turn to the north. So we check. She looks pretty clear to the north. And we're going to increase our height to 3,500. So climbing turn to the north. Okay, full mix, full rich. Bring it up to 3,500 to the north at 100 knots. I'll increase the pitch a little bit until we get up to our altitude of 3,500, and then I'll adjust the airspeed to 100 knots. Okay, so right about there we level her out. Our airspeed back to about 2,300. No, we missed that, so we want to get back up to 3,500. Flying to the north. Right about there. Oh, we'll check the weather down at Astoria.
Astoria RGNL weather. Wind 090 at 8, visibility more than 10.
Okay, so 090 at 8. Oh, I want to check the altimeter.
Astoria RGNL weather. Wind 090 at 8, visibility more than 10. Sky conditions 8,500 scattered, 10,500 broken, temperature 11, dew point 7. Altimeter 2992.
So what's the altimeter? 2992.
Astoria RGNL weather. Wind 090 at 8, visibility more than 10.
Astoria traffic. This is Skyhawk 223 Echo. 5 miles southwest, inbound for landing 08 Astoria. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna mix it up today. We're gonna, well, no, we're gonna do this. We're gonna join the downwind on the 45 for 08. So we'll swing around to the, I got traffic up to the north. So you know what? We're gonna swing south of the airport. And we'll come around and we'll join the downwind. And we're gonna try to descend maintaining 100 knots. Knots. Keep a lookout here. We're gonna richen the mixture a little, lean the mixture a little bit because we've cut the throttle back, and I want to stay more than 2 miles away from the airport. So I'm going to bring her down to pattern altitude. I'll bring her down to 1500, and then we'll fly around to the north of the airport and join the downwind at 1500. We're going to join at pattern altitude, but we'll fly around at 1500 feet, trying to maintain 100 knots. Oh. There we go. 1000. That's got to be close to 1500 now. Oh, we'll pitch up a little bit. Oh, not quite. Right there. We're going to pitch up, give it some more throttle, bring our airspeed back up to 100 knots. So that's about between 22 and 23. Give us 100 knots. Once it levels out, I'm climbing. I don't want to climb. Reduce the throttle a little bit so I can maintain 100 and get back down to 1500. There we go. Increase the throttle a little bit. We're at 22. Lean the mixture out a bit, or rich the mixture a little bit. 22. I think it'll come up to 100. No, I need a bit more. Oh, you know what? I'm too close. I'm less than a mile out from the airport here. Well, that I didn't do that very well. Should have been a bit further away. And I'm gaining altitude again. We're going to circle around, or we can join the 45. Try to bring our altitude down to 1500. Right at 1500 there. 100 knots. So what are we right here? Heading almost north. We're northeast. Miles northeast, 1,500. Astoria traffic, 3 Echo Whiskey, 3 miles northeast at 1,500 inbound. Join the downwind on the 45 for 08 Astoria. Okay, let's get it down to pattern altitude now. We're going to reduce our speed to 80. Astoria traffic, 3 Echo Whiskey, left downwind for 08 Astoria. So I want it down to 07. 70 knots rather. Around to 3. Nope, too slow. I want it 70 here. Trimming it up. Another 10% flaps. Trim's nice right now. $70 knots coming through this corner. Trimming it up a little bit more. Astoria, 3 Echo Whiskey. Final for 08 Astoria. No. So I am going to land and then I'm going to taxi. Bit of right rudder here. Okay, so do my after landing check. Astoria traffic, 3 Echo Whiskey, clear of 08 at Alpha 3, Astoria. And then we take our landing light out, put our taxi light on. We turn our transponder off. I'm gonna leave it on, but I'm gonna take it off Alt, and ensure that our flaps are up. Looks like that one's going up, and the left-hand side is up. And trim, we set it to neutral, and it is. And then we're gonna taxi over and park. Astoria traffic, 3 Echo Whiskey, crossing 3-2 at Bravo 3, Astoria. Astoria traffic, 3 Echo Whiskey, clear the runway, Astoria. Okay, so now we do the engine shutdown. So lights are off. Bring our throttle back up to 900 so we don't foul our plugs. Right. Landing light off, nav light off. Okay, avionics are off. The throttle's at 1000 RPM, and we do a mag check. So we don't have a short. When we ground it, alternator switch is off. Mixture, we're going to pull that to idle cutoff. Turn the ignition switch off. Turn the battery off. That's it. Good flight. For anybody that was watching on Twitch or watching the video, thanks very much. Okay, so we're going to FS economy. We're going to end the flight. End of the flight. Results can be found at the website. So we successfully ended that flight, and we're going to end. So, oh geez, what happened to C cars? Well, that's weird. Okay, so what we're looking at for FS economy, if we look at the flight log, it was 1.25 was that flight. So if we bring up our logbook, it was cast to cast. Astoria pattern and maneuvers. It's kind of a weird word. And how many landings did I do? Oh, I don't really know, do I? I could check this way. I could check the logbook here. Open the logbook, and we can see for today, they had five landings. I think that'll be correct. 5 landings, full stop was 1. And 1.25 hours. 1.25 hours. So what time is 1.25 hours? And I think that's it. Add flight. No flight yesterday. Oh, it wasn't a sim. Actually, it was. That's incorrect. So we're going to edit that flight. And that was this one here. So we'll update the flight. Wasn't a simulator. And this one wasn't a simulator either. Edit that flight. Update flight. So those are done. Logbooks entered. And we can disconnect from VATSIM. I wonder if my flight plan was included on this. Where is Gene? Okay, so I think I'm just about done. I sent a message off to Gene, and you can see that he's, I don't know if you can see this, he's flying out over between Hillsboro or Beaverton and Astoria. No, it's Hillsboro and Astoria. So looks like he's having fun. So we're gonna disconnect and we're gonna turn that off. And we're gonna turn this off. We're gonna put a quick, oh, I think that's it. I think we can shut her down. So all